अब हम आगे बढ़े towards our next two greats. बने बनाए रास्तों पर दुनिया चलती है, एक सच्चा लीडर नहीं, वो तो अपना रास्ता खुद बनाता है. One, a man who revolutionized Indian industry, and another who spoke the language of peace like few other Indian leaders of his time. Let's meet two truly great Indians.
India's first licensed commercial pilot and founder of Air India, he was the father of civil aviation in India. A progressive and compassionate corporate baron, he stood for ethics in business, becoming the first and only Indian industrialist to receive the Bharat Ratna. A prolific philanthropist and a visionary pioneer of modern Indian industry. Man of steel, Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata.
Bachan साहब पहले बात करते हैं JRD Tata की. You know, I've often thought from the time you grow up with a Tata soap somewhere to where all through your life somewhere Tata's is there wherever you are in India.
Back of the buses, okay.
Back of the buses, okay Tata,
bye-bye.
okay Tata is there. So there is something about that brand name, isn't it? That makes people like JRD Tata larger than life.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the name brand because I once had an opportunity to meet him at a function in Delhi. And the first thing that struck me about him was that he was very well maintained, even at this high age. And in many respects, I felt that his good maintenance was like a brand for the name that he represented. So whether it was an airline, whether it was a hotel, or whether it was a manufacturing unit, you always had the confidence that this unit, this airline, will be well maintained. It's a very warped idea, but that's what I felt when I saw him.
That's an interesting point you make because, you know, Mother Teresa represents compassion.
Right.
JRD Tata in many ways represents ethical values in corporate India, which is again a message perhaps for New India, that you can be successful in whatever you do and you can maintain strong ethical values. And he's passed on that legacy because joining us now is another very special Indian, someone who's done the Tata name very proud. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ratan Tata. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Tata. What is it about the Tata name and JRD Tata in particular that stood out for you, sir?
He was a man who lived the life he preached. You could see him sitting on a rail outside a movie theater waiting for the queue to get over to get a ticket. Or you could see him driving his own car to work or giving lifts to people who were standing waiting for a bus. Those are the qualities that you just had to admire because they were different.
That's right, he was different, but any personal memory for you, having worked with JRD for so many years, something that always stood out for you?
You know, like anybody else, I've had hard times and good times in my career. And during the hard times, my best friend was JRD. I can't put it in any other way. Because to be a best friend at the time of need is something that you don't often have. I had it repeatedly from Jay.
Ratan Tata, appreciate your joining us.